Hello, good morning, good evening. I'm Dean from ESC Scot and I'm here to react to another Eurovision entry for 2024, and I am going to be reacting to my home country's entry for this year, which is the highly anticipated Dizzy from Olly Alexander. So this has been obviously, as I say, highly anticipated. He was announced that he was going to be the Eurovision UK entry for Eurovision in December, mid-December on Strictly Come Dancing. It was quite a big deal at the time. Everyone was really excited. If you're a UK Eurovision fan, you were very excited basically. He is quite an established artist, so it was quite exciting that we were getting someone that was quite famous representing our country, which we've not had for a very long time. So after loads of snippets and little announcements, we finally have the whole song, and I'm going to be doing some running commentary of the music video today, telling you what I think of it and what I think of the song, and we'll discuss how well do we think this can do at Eurovision. Can it come top 10? Can it come top 5? Can it ultimately win the contest? We'll talk about it in today's video, but before we do, let's play the intro. Now before we listen to the song and watch the music video, if you haven't already, please like this video and subscribe to the ESC Scot YouTube channel. We've got loads of content coming up in the next coming months. We've got members going to Eurovision. We're going to Malmö, and I'll correct myself. We're going to Malmö, and I'm very excited for the few months that we've got coming, because it's going to be so good. It's going to be so good. I'm so excited. Right, let's get on to Olly. I'm not going to lie, this is not my first time hearing this song. I saw that it wasn't coming out on the morning of Friday. I saw that they were releasing the song on the midnight before the morning, so like 8 hours before the music video was coming out, and I didn't know if I was going to have the willpower to not listen to the song, because it's hard as a Eurovision fan who is excited and it's your UK entry, like you're so hyped for it. My willpower was like kind of dwindling, so I was like, you know what, I put my AirPods in and I just listened to it, and my first listen was actually really enthusiastic. I actually did like the song. I thought the track was actually quite decent. I heard a very radio friendly kind of pop song that would do well in the charts here in the UK and possibly in a few countries in Europe. I think would really like this sound, but then the Twitter army, should we say, the Twitter army and the kind of Eurovision fan army, I won't call them an army, it's not fair. I think the song has been getting a little bit of a hard time recently in the past few days, but what I'm going to do before we talk about it any further, I think I'm just going to watch the video and listen to the song again and give you a little bit of a running commentary of what I think of the song during the song. But here we go. Dizzy, Olly Alexander. The production on this song is insane. It's mental. Definitely one of the best produced songs so far this year. And his voice is just so amazing. You can tell it's him. Yeah, his voice is just so distinctive. For gardens, eternal flower. It's definitely the most interesting lyrics that we've had from a UK song in a while. They're just so weird. Won't you make me dizzy from your kisses? It's a good classic pop song. It's catchy as heck. I mean, ever since the kind of snippet came out, the snippet did give away a lot of the song, which I think was a very big mistake. But yeah, I've just been listening to the snippet over and over again, and I had "Won't you make me dizzy from your kisses" in my head for weeks. I've had it in my head for weeks. So once this came, I'm so glad it's out now that I can listen to the whole song, because it was needed. His voice is just so good. I love the tone of his voice. And the range he has, people really underestimate the range he has. And the video, incredible. Again. Definitely the best music video I think we've seen so far this year. We haven't got every music video. And they definitely could recreate some of the things we're seeing on stage, which is interesting. I think we should see some of this because it's very cool. You make me dizzy from your kisses. And he's performing the heck out of this. He's such a good performer. He's gonna sell it. Never ends. Yeah. I will say, I think we are missing something in this chorus, whether it's an extra instrument making the church bells a little bit louder. I think we're missing something in the choruses. Yeah. This bit's clever. The production on the song is just insane. And in the UK, we've got this kind of running theme of now, in the bridges of the songs, having spoken word bits in a very strong British accent. So won't you make me dizzy from your kisses? I do like the song, I do like it. Until the moment never ends. Yeah, I love him, his voice is insane. Take my hand and spin me, take me back to the beginning again. Yeah, okay. I'm happy with that. I've listened to it now, I'd say at least 5 times, I think. At least. And with each time I'm listening to it and watching the video, I think I'm loving it even more every time because I'm discovering something new within it. I think we should talk about the negatives and the positives. I think before we do, this is a positive. I want to talk about a positive before we talk about any cons. One of the things I love is that this doesn't sound like it's been tailor-made for Eurovision. He done this interview with Graham Norton on the BBC yesterday, basically just kind of introducing him to the people that don't really know him or the song yet. He got asked the question, was the song written for Eurovision basically, and his answer immediately was no, it wasn't. It was just a song that me and Danny AKA, who's a very successful music producer, he worked with him on this song, and they've been writing kind of a lot together, and this was the song that they wanted to go to Eurovision with. So this song wasn't written for Eurovision, which I think a lot of people thought it was, but it's not. And I heard that. Immediately once I heard it, the first thing that popped into my head was, this was so authentically Olly Alexander. He's not trying to make it a Eurovision song, he's just trying to make it an Olly Alexander song, or a Years and Years song. This is definitely something that Years and Years would have produced in the last 4 years. So Years and Years, if you don't know, it's Olly Alexander's old band. It's not a band, it was essentially him and 2 other members that played instruments. It was his vocals entirely, so it did sound to me like a classic Olly Alexander song. This was something, it wasn't out of the realms of the things that he would produce in the past few years. So I'm glad that he's stuck to what he knows, and it's authentically Olly Alexander. It's not trying to be something different, it's not trying to be kind of fit in the mould of what a Eurovision song, or most importantly what a Eurovision winning song is. I don't think we've had a song like this. I mean I think the closest we've had to a song like this was last year, but that is still a different vibe. This song is something so different. I think it's a little bit more eerie, a little bit less kind of in your face as well. I love that, but that's one of my favourite things about it. It's not trying to be a Eurovision song, which I was scared that it was going to be. So that's kind of like a big weight off my shoulders that it's not. I'm glad that it's not. Let's talk about one of the negatives. I think the main negative for me, I think, is that the song is lacking a little bit of punch. Maybe it's not like intense enough. Maybe there's something missing there. I think a lot of people have said it as well about the choruses not having enough impact, where like we get the verse and then immediately we get into the chorus and there's not a lot of build. I think it kind of just remains quite flat throughout the whole song. Maybe not flat, but it doesn't progress. But that doesn't mean to say that it's a bad song. It's not a bad song, it's just a little bit, I think it's lacking a bit of oomph. They can change that though, and I think also in that interview with Graham Norton, he did say that he has plans up his sleeve for kind of not a revamp, but something is planned for the stage, and I think that might be a Eurovision version of the song. I think we might have something different for the end of the song, because the end of the song is my favourite, but still, yeah, I think it needs a little bit more oomph. I think we have to have that big kind of wow moment. Every Eurovision winning song has one, and every kind of song that is remembered at Eurovision has kind of like that big wow moment, and I think this song lacks that, and I think we might need to get that in the live performance, and if we don't, we're going to be lacking that little bit of oomph, and I don't want that. I think I need that little bit of kind of that aggressiveness and that intense part in the end. But as I say, the last part, when we get into that, like the breathing bit and the kind of talking bit, and then we get that I want to say high note at the end. That's my favourite bit of the whole entire song. But we definitely need a little bit more oomph. That's a negative. Another one of the positives is it's going to do really well in the UK and possibly other countries in Europe when it comes to kind of chart success. I think this is definitely, as I say, it's classic Olly Alexander, and every single one of Years and Years songs that have been recent and quite current have done very well in the radio and kind of got number ones, if not number ones, number twos in the top 10 of the UK charts. And I don't see this being a different situation to that. I think it's definitely going to get, if it's not a number one song, I think it's going to get top 10 in the charts, which is exciting for a Eurovision song, like especially on its debut in the first week. I think that's really exciting, and it's looking like that might happen, which is exciting. But obviously there's that argument where a chart success doesn't equal a great result at Eurovision. They're two completely separate things. Just look at what's happening with the Netherlands right now. He is blowing up on the internet. He's got like 4 million views on Europapa. Joost Klein already has like so much success on like Spotify and stuff, but I don't see that song doing particularly great at Eurovision. I don't fully know, but I think having chart success and having kind of streaming success doesn't mean that you're going to have a kind of really good result at Eurovision, because they're so different. They're so completely different things. But yeah, overall, do you know what? At the end of the day, I'm proud that we're sending such an established artist with an amazing pop song, and I can guarantee that we're going to get an amazing stage show from this. The only thing that I think is making me kind of doubt everything is genuinely what other people think, which is annoying, because you shouldn't care. You should never care what other people think. But I am slightly scared of the outcome, because I don't know what his staging is going to be. I know his vocals are going to be good. He's a good singer. As much as people think that he can't sing, he can sing. He can sing, and this song isn't vocally challenging, so I'm not expecting bad vocals. I think he's going to do an amazing vocal performance at Eurovision. And staging, I mean, they already have something in mind, and I think it's going to be good. I hope if Dan Shipton and Olly's team are working on it, then I'm happy. I know we're guaranteed some great staging. But honestly, I think as UK Eurovision fans, I think a lot of us were just, once we heard the name Olly Alexander, I think our expectations were set like here, maybe like there. You can't see my hand, it's like there. And then once we heard the song, it was like, oh right, okay, maybe we shouldn't have got like as excited. I think if we go back and listen to Olly's past songs with Years and Years, this sound is the exact same sound. It's nothing, as I say, out of the realms of what he would do. So I don't know why would we expect anything different. I think that's one thing. We kind of got blinded by the name. We got blinded by the name Olly Alexander and what he has done in the past for the UK in the charts and kind of in the music scene as well. He's done really well, and we kind of got blinded by the fact that his name was Olly Alexander and he was an established artist, and we didn't think about the song at all. At least I didn't for the first month. I was just like, oh my god, it's Olly Alexander, it's Olly Alexander, and didn't really think about what the song was going to be like. And then the song came out and I was like, this is exactly what I would expect, but I don't know why I'm slightly disappointed. But now listening to it a few times, as I say, each time I listen to it, it gets better and better and better, and I hope that it's not just me that happens with. I think on first listen I was slightly like kind of, okay, alright, it's not bad, and then I listened to it again and I was like, okay, it's actually alright, it's quite good. Next listen, oh, this is actually decent, and then next listen, it just gets progressively better. I think just Olly was under a lot of pressure to deliver, and no matter what he sent, what the song was, there was people that were going to be ultimately disappointed and kind of just a little bit underwhelmed. I think that was always going to happen, no matter what the song was. I mean, the song could be like a Eurovision winner and still people would be disappointed. But I can't help but think, this is the one thing I'm going to end the video on this, the reaction and analysis on this. I just can't help but think if this song was in Melfest this year, that this would win. Easily. Do you not think, like, if this, even if this song was like, I don't know, Cyprus was going to send this song, even though I don't think they would, but if Cyprus was going to send this song, that everyone would be kind of going, oh, this is really good, this is a different sound for Cyprus, I'm really liking this. But just because it is the UK and Olly that's sending this song, people are kind of giving it a hard time, just because it's the UK. And that's one thing that is just making me slightly, why? But yeah, I'm happy with it and I'm proud I am proud that we are sending this type of song and Olly. I'm just happy with it, and I can't wait to see what the live performance is going to be like. There is going to be a live performance of the song next week, 9th of March, on Saturday Night Takeaway. It's quite a big variety show in the UK. He's performing live on that next week, so we're going to get a little a chance to see what the song's going to be like live. So yeah, again, that could change our perspective on the song as well. So we'll wait and see what the live version is like and what we're going to get at Eurovision for staging wise. But I think I'm going to make another video on this, kind of speak a little bit more in depth about it, maybe do a live stream about it. If you want to see that, let me know. Tell me what you think. I will have a little conversation about it. Remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Check out the ESC Scot blog, escscot.co.uk, for all of your Eurovision news and updates daily, and remember to check out Instagram and TikTok at ESC Scot as well. Thank you so much for watching this reaction and analysis, and I'll see you in the next one. See you then, and bye bye.